Ted, thanks. And this morning we are taking a closer look at the different hats that Hillsborough County deputies have to wear. Counselor, legal expert, investigator, and even listener. Captain Chad Chronister joins us this morning. Good to see you, Chad.
Good morning.
Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office recently expanded its training to include how deputies should deal with people who have autism.
And this is very important when you start talking about 1 out of 50 children are affected by autism. We have to train for that as they become adults and we deal with these types of scenarios. We have to know the difference between someone who's under the influence of drugs, someone who's injured, someone who has mental illness, or now autism, because it's become so popular.
You all, I believe you went to, we have some pictures, you went to Orlando and trained over there, and there was a law enforcement officer who has an autistic son and was really able to give you guys a lot of insight, right?
And I think that's what made this training so effective. Instead of role playing, this officer in Bow Harbor, Miami area, brings his son up, not just his younger son, but his elder son, who both have autism, along with some of their friends who have autism. So these officers were actually able to deal and train with people who actually had autism. It wasn't a pretend scenario.
And Chad, I think, and from what I've been able to read the information, the important thing to note here, I think, is that you may get into a situation, you may be called somewhere, and you're not aware always of what you're getting into, and you don't know what this person, either a person you believe who has done something or someone who may be a victim of something, and if it turns out, in this case, they're autistic, you have to treat that totally differently.
Absolutely, you're exactly right. You know, autistic people are nonverbal by nature, so it's difficult to communicate with. Some just sit and yell. Some don't communicate at all. You have to learn to be able to identify their behavior and not their outward appearance. Their behavior could be totally different than what the situation is. They have a high tolerance for pain, so interviewing someone who has autism, who's a victim of a crime, is difficult.
Hey, before you go, we've got to take care of some business here. As most people know, if they've been watching, I challenged you and some other law enforcement types in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and you answered. Let's show them.
My dear friend Russell Rhodes has called me out to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. I accept that challenge, Russell. Anything to promote awareness for such a devastating disease such as ALS, count me in. I will nominate Mr. Derek Brooks, musician Don Miggs, and to score big-time points, my father-in-law, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. Here we go.
Classic reaction. Classic reaction. It was cold.
Oh my gosh, was that cold. My wife, I was busy playing with my son, so I don't know how much ice she put in that bucket, but you made Nikki and my 10-year-old son Asher very happy. They had way too much fun with it, but I've never felt something so cold.
And I love the fact that Mona the dog was right there watching it all play out. Asher, great job. Nick, great job. Has Mr. D answered yet?
He hasn't. He hasn't. I imagine he's up early. He's out on the West Coast, so I imagine I'll be getting an email shortly.
We need video of that. Hey, love you, Chad. Thank you, man.
Take care. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.